Hello my friends, and this is Mike 30sim. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome and thank you for clicking on the video. And if you are a returning visitor or a subscriber, thank you for your support and welcome back to the channel. So, how do we achieve realistic flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator? Well, there are some essential settings that you need to achieve this. In this video, I will dive into some essential settings that will help you achieve the most realistic flying experience in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So why settings matter, right? Well, before we jump into the settings, let's take a moment to understand why they are important. Well, MFS 2020 is known, for amazing graphics and immersive gameplay or sim play. If you really want to feel like you're soaring through the skies, it's crucial to fine-tune the settings to match your preferences, and skill level. So by adjusting the settings, you can create a more authentic and challenging flying experience. Of course, there are the graphic settings. So you have to optimize your graphic settings. And I advise you to watch my VR setup guide, in which I will go through all the graphic settings. We will not discuss the graphic settings in this video. Alright, as you can see here, if I'm zooming in on the glare shield on the panel, when I'm hovering with the mouse over different items on the panel, you can see that the knobs are turning blue, or they're glowing blue. You see the text for what the knob is working for, and you can even see when I can't change it now because the radios are not on, but probably I can do that with the bearing indicator. It won't show now, but it will show when you come back. See, 265, I turn it, I go back, and now it's 285. So these are all tips, I can say, to learn your way around the cockpit to see what everything is for. But when you're flying and you want to, turn a knob, you can't see what's underneath the text. And it's always in the way. And if you are in VR, it's very annoying to see this all. And honestly, I haven't seen these labels in a real aircraft. I haven't seen yokes turning blue or remove the yoke. The throttle level isn't turning blue and glowing. So we have to get rid of that to get the most immersive experience. Of course, this is good to learn your way around the cockpit. Well, this is a Cessna 152, so it's not really that difficult, but it is very easy to learn it this way, instead of looking closely what everything is. So, when you're starting out, this is really good to find your way, to learn your way around the cockpit. But to get the big immersion, to enhance the immersion, we need to change a few settings. So for that, we have to go into the assistance options. We come in here, and we're gonna set a few of these options here to get the best settings. So for aircraft systems, I got auto mixture off, unlimited fuel is off, aircraft lights are off, and gyro drift is on. So that is hard. Failure and damage, well, you can enable them all. An icing effect on, so that's back on hard. Navigation aids, also hard. So route and waypoints off, taxi ribbon off. Sometimes I use the taxi ribbon if it's a big airport. And I have a add-on that changes the taxi ribbon to small markers on the ground, so they won't stick up as those big blue markers that are floating over the taxiway. So sometimes I keep them on or off. Most of the time they're off. Notifications, aircraft systems, piloting and control notifications all off. Flying tips, I don't need them. Objectives, I don't need them. And software tips, don't need them too. So I will not be annoyed by those tips showing up when I'm in VR. Piloting, all systems off. As you can see, auto rudder, assisted yoke, checklist, it's all off. Turbulence, I've set that to medium because that's when you go into realistic, it's not really great in VR. So I keep that to medium, and that's, for me, that's the most realistic turbulence there is. Then we go to points of interest. I now have them all on, and what you will see then is I hit apply and save, and then go back, resume, and we go outside. And if I zoom around, you see over here, you see the airport name, and I go around here and I see more. I see the airstrip, ranch here. You don't see those when you're flying for real. There are no names in the sky. You have to find your airfield or waypoint according to hills, roads, I don't know, landmarks that are on the map and that you can visually see from the sky. So going back to the settings, assistant options, point of interest. Off, the land markers, city markers off, airport markers off, fauna markers, display direction to the chosen point of interest off, display all labels off. And smart cam mode is for me on manual. Then we come to the user experience. Again, I don't need the aerodynamic visualization. It's how the aerodynamics are done. ATC and forced flight plan is off. UI panel open at start. I don't need the UI panel open at start. Show message log in ATC menu. No. ATC voices, I have them on, and sometimes off, but if you want to talk to ATC, keep them on. That's nice. UI panel open for the checklist. No, off. If I need a checklist, I get the checklist. VFR map open. No, don't need that one. Navlog, I don't need that one. AI piloting, nope. Head-up display for the chase cam and the cockpit cam, don't need that. G-effect, G-suit, okay, jet pilot on, I never use them. And end flight, when aircraft shuts down, I keep that off. So when I shut the aircraft down, it doesn't go back to the main menu, or it comes back to the screen that you want to go back to the main menu. So those are all off. Those are the assistant options. So I'm going to apply these. I'm going to go back, and then we have some in the general options as well. So in the general options, we got the graphics options, but we have to go to the flight model. Simply set it to modern. And then to, let me see, it's not this one, accessibility. Now change your cockpit interaction system to legacy. Menu tooltips off. Instrument name tooltips off. Those three are very important. And the rest is all off, 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 off. There's nothing there. So now we're gonna apply, and we're gonna go back, and we come in here. So now none of the knobs will turn blue and start glowing, and you will see when I'm coming here to the this knob here, you see an arrow turning to the right or left, so I can choose which one I'm turning, and I'm just using the mouse wheel to adjust it. Same here with the ADF. I'm just using the mouse wheel to adjust it. See? And the same is for these knobs here. If I'm coming here, I can change. Let me switch on some batteries, and then turn the radio on. Now the big knob is for the big numbers 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, and I'm scrolling the mouse, so I'm going back, and now it turns into a hand, and I can rotate the mouse wheel again, and it will adjust the numbers behind the point here. So because if we switch to the legacy, the lock mode, here we go, apply, save, go back, resume, it starts glowing, and then it's showing which knob you're turning, the big one or the small inner one. But I don't like the blue glowing knobs, because you don't have blue glowing knobs in a real aircraft. And it's a lot easier to work with the legacy mode instead of the lock mode. So go back to general options, accessibility, go to legacy mode, apply, go back, resume, and now you have this and no more glowing knobs. Even with the throttle, you see, nothing is glowing. And in that, with these settings, you really learn where everything is in your cockpit just by looking at it, finding out, oh, which knob is it. If you really need to know which knob is where it's for, turn on the tooltips or the menu tips or the instrument names, so you can see what it is. Or just find a reference for that cockpit and try to find it by yourself. That's how it's learned in the real world. You get a cockpit layout and you put that cockpit layout on the wall, and you start learning everything by sitting in front of that cockpit on a chair and find every button, knob, lever, anything, indicator, by looking at that cockpit layout on the wall. So now when you start flying with this, you know where everything is. It's very easy to set in VR, and it's easy to find and easy to fly. And the more you fly with it, the easier it gets.
Alright, so here we are, and back in VR, and as you can see, when I'm over all the knobs here and all the buttons and indicators, nothing is showing up except for which way to turn it. No labels, no names, no glowing knobs. So once you've learned your way around the cockpit, it's very easy to work with it. So I got for the battery and the alternator, I got them on my flight sim, my Alpha yoke. So I'm gonna put the beacon light on. As you can see here, you can either push it here, but I've got it on the Alpha yoke. So it's the beacon light, fuel valve. Gonna prime the engine. 1, 2. Throttle. And we're gonna start. Clear prop. And if you can't read anything on the placards or the instruments, you can always use the zoom with the right hand mouse button. So you can zoom in to see very close by what everything is, release it, and you're back again. Now we're gonna close the door. And again, that window. Right, so we're gonna set some nav lights. Let's set the strobe. Don't need the taxi lights now. Maybe I set the pedal lights. Nah, I don't need the pedal lights. Leave that off. Alright. More radios on. This one on, this one go to alt, and we're going to 1200. And we can also choose the ADF, but we're not going to use it. And we're here parked at what is it, Mariposa Airport. It's freeware from flightsim.to, from an amazing developer, and he makes a lot of regional airports in the US and in France. So let's taxi out to the beginning of the runway and have a look at this airport from the air. Really great job what he does with these small airports. And if you like flying general aviation, these little aircraft, especially, well, this is the smallest one, I think, the Cessna 152. You're gonna love these airports. They're very well done, very accurate, and not even that big. This one was, I think, compressed about 40 megabytes. So they don't take up much space. You don't need extra libraries. He's using everything from the sim itself. Alright, so let's go. Oh, I love these sounds of the new Boris Audio Works. Really great. So let's have a look. It's close to Yosemite. So let's have a look from the air. I think I have to make a left-hand turn so we can see it out of the left-hand door. Small airfield, the road's nice, very well done. And I think he has about 15 to 20 of them, and all very nearby. Try and land back on the airport. Turned in a little bit too soon. Let's correct for that. Yeah, that was the stall warning. Amazing. Still love this aircraft. Really, really nice. It's the one I learned to fly in. a long time ago. So look at that, some static aircraft. Let's go to the other side here. As you can see, he did a really good job creating this airfield. It is nice to see some static aircraft, not too much, just a few, and not all the same. So yeah, I love this. And even some 3D people having a picnic, so we're gonna disturb them. A lot of engine noise. Alright guys, thanks again for watching, and hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one. Bye for now. This was Mike, 30sim, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And the next one, we're gonna fly to Norway. Bye for now.